Kempire is brought to you by...
Happy 2025. It's a new year and it's a new era for the Kempire podcast. Make sure you subscribe today and make sure that you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And shout out to those of you that have left glowing reviews and maybe not so glowing reviews. That's okay too. Thank you so much for the support and sharing our new podcast and everything that's to come. We don't just recap all the things that you've seen already on our YouTube channel. You also get special exclusive episodes and sometimes additional thoughts to the live recaps that we had on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe today and make sure you give us a 5-star review. Thank you in advance.
You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Honestly, I'm just excited to not talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville after this reunion. So on Friday, we went live. If you missed it, you missed a really good Kiki. People called in. We had the breaking news that Melody Cherie Rogers has decided not to return to Love and Marriage Huntsville. One of the things that we didn't mention, because the word on the street was that after she quit back in December, she literally was asked back by OWN. They were like, we need you back. I'm not surprised by that. That's the word on the street. But apparently, Melody was definitely the focus of the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. And I'm not surprised by that, but it's just a reminder that, okay, once she leaves, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to focus on? And to be honest with you, yes, they could focus on all these other people, but is that going to be enough to draw people in? Honestly, no. But some people even say that Melody wasn't enough of a draw. Some of you have stopped watching this show in general. Some of you just watch my recaps. I appreciate it, but I still have to end up watching the show. But thankfully, it looks like I won't ever have to again. Yay! Anyways, today's live recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville is brought to you by our friends over at Rose Forever. Literally, you guys have like 12 days. Less than 12 days to get roses for yourself or someone that you love in your life. Roses that will last you at least a year. Beautiful scents. But we also got you a discount code, Kempire20 for $20 off. When you look at the price and how long these roses will last you, as you know, these are months old, these roses. So when you think about the price and how long these roses will last you versus roses that you're going to buy at some boutique or whatever it may be that lasts you for a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks if you're really good at keeping them alive, then you know that this is worth every single penny. But like I said, I got you a discount. Go get you some Rose Forever. More information will be available in the description. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. If you've gotten your Rose Forever, let me know in the live chat. Let me know, Replay Crew, in the comment section. All right, let me put this behind me. Speaking of the comment section, just a reminder to you guys, we do not moderate adults, but we will if you act up in the comment section. It takes a lot to be blocked. If you get muted in the live chat, it happens. It's not a big deal. There's no need for you guys to go crazy. Reminder to the mods as well. I'm not sensitive. A lot of times I'm too busy conducting the show to see any comments. Unless someone's being incredibly derogatory or is attacking people in the comment section or in the live chat, okay, mute them. But for the most part, let people have their opinions, okay? As long as they're not being racist, homophobic, transphobic, bringing up political affiliations. Like, we don't need any of that in the live chat. We're not talking about that. So just a reminder, we don't moderate adults. And you will get blocked. It takes a lot. Please understand, it takes a lot to get blocked on this channel. But you will. And just when please also understand, when you are writing monologues, I don't see it. Thankfully, I have fantastic people in the community that will defend me in the comments. You guys don't defend me either. I don't see it. I'm too booked and busy to see your monologue. Okay? Get a life. Thanks. Anyways, moving along. Just have to remind folks. Got to remind folks. You know, we very much like your job where they have to refresh their policies of codes of conduct. Just a reminder, okay? Reminder in the live chat too. No profanity, no caps, things like that. All right? All right, so let's get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right. How would you guys rate the reunion? I don't think the reunion was that bad. I also don't think the last 2 seasons have been terrible, because there have been some terrible moments, but I don't think that the last 2 seasons have been bad, at least when it comes to me recapping some of the stuff that's played out. Like the girls' trip was really fun to watch and recap. This last season, but like I said, I won't miss it. Even though it will be coming back. They're not going to end the show because Melody's not returning. However, for me, the show's over. This is me letting you know I won't be recapping the show unless something magical happens, like they get a magical unicorn that will be interesting to watch. But I can tell you right now, I will not be recapping the show for Trisha and for Destiny. Okay, can we just first talk about this? Carlos, you are messy, because I see why you put Destiny right next to you. Because remember, Carlos comes from the Bravo world. Sitting next to Andy Cohen is a huge deal. Why would he put Dusty next to him at the reunion for her to just sit there? First of all, she had an issue with her dress. She had some sort of dress. Carlos had to go speak with her. Here's the thing. The way that he spoke to Destiny, and I'm not a Destiny fan, but we have to remember that's her employer, or one of her employers. Some people are like, oh no, he's not the employer, own right church at. He's still a position of power. The way that he spoke to her, he's like, I came to check on you and to check you. I mean, no one wants a production situation to be late, but you could have moved on without Dusty. The same way you guys did not address anything with Dusty during the first part of the reunion. But he wanted to have a TV moment and go in there and be like, I came to check on you and to check you. Like all these little microaggressions. And then when she comes out and her earring falls, oh, you're losing earrings like you're losing men. This is why I say when you're Team you can defend people that you don't necessarily love on the show. I didn't like the way that he spoke to Destiny. I didn't like that. Yes, you're doing a whole production and you don't want to hold up a show for one person. You didn't even speak to her in the first part. But I know why you put her next to you at the reunion. Hear me out. Remember, he comes from the Bravo world. Whoever sits next to the host plays a power position. This was discussed during Kenya Moore's interview with him. He strategically put Destiny right next to Martell, next to him. Why do you think he did that? Listen, I want to hear your speculation. Here's my speculation. He did that to play with Melody. Come on. Dusty's rise. Dusty's rise. Espos, it's over for you. Dusty's rise. Destiny has a fan page. I didn't realize that. I just randomly saw it. Shout out to the fan page, because the fans, look, I'm not coming for the fans. The fans love who they love. But I didn't know she had a fan page. She probably runs it. Come on.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, means everything.
Is this, honey?
Destiny has a fan page? Oh, okay. Where's my fan page? It's okay, no, I don't want one. So in my head, first of all, I was wondering when Martell went to sit down in his tight suit. Look, Martell is a good-looking guy. He has a nice physique. His suit should not fit that way. And he has tailored suits. He just tailors them way too tight. He's like, I'm going to have a problem sitting. I was like, sir. But that's the thing. When I saw Destiny come out and sit next to Carlos, first, again, it doesn't make sense. Why would Destiny sit next to Carlos and sit next to Martell and not speak at all in the first part of the reunion? No, you put her at the end or you don't bring her out. And why would you be holding up a reunion for her when you don't even talk about her or talk to her in part one? No, they did that strategically. This is my speculation. You guys will let me know what you think when I drop the call-in link for our live chat. Do you agree with me? Do you think that it was strategic? Asking? Okay. That's the first thing that jumped into. First of all, I also don't love Destiny with that blonde hair. We saw Latricia with that blonde hair. It didn't look good. And it might be the wig. It might not, or the color of blonde that they decided to use. It looks weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Speaking of things I didn't like in regards to the reunion fashions. And look, this is what they've always given on Love and Marriage Huntsville reunions. However, I just looking at like, this is 5 years later, and you guys, the fashions are, I will give Espo's Rise, Letitia looked good. Letitia, that side of the table, besides Marceau, that side of the stage probably was the best dress. Not probably, they were the best dress. And you know, I like Nell. I think Nell is beautiful. I didn't love her dress. It was pretty. I didn't love that Chris was matching the dress with the lapels. I was like, no. You could have matched, but it didn't have to be so exact with all the, pageantry of it all around the neck. Okay, whatever. I did like Carlos's suit. Yeah, I liked Carlos's suit. He's wore that similar suit in a different color before. I liked his suit. I didn't love Martell's suit. It's just too tight. This is where tailoring goes wrong. Get you a new tailor. Yeah. Get you a new tailor. All right. And as you know, as I said at the top of this, we find out that Destiny's outfit, something went wrong with it. So she's holding up production. Carlos goes to speak with her to check her or check on her, both. And again, it didn't make sense. I think they wanted to have a moment. They included it. You could have left her backstage. You didn't have to hold production. You guys didn't even talk to her in part one, which I'm fine with. But it was also weird to see her sit next to you and she didn't offer anything. But okay. So I didn't love that side of the stage. I have Tisha. I like Tisha's bob. Espo's Rise. Come on. Rise, Espo's. Okay. Tisha I liked her hair and I liked her dress. I didn't love Marceau's suit. It felt as if he probably needed a jacket one size up. But it's okay. Look, they look good as a couple. I liked Melody's outfit. Melody had a nice outfit on, but Melody usually brings it at the reunions. Oh, where are my pictures? Hold on. I like the bob here. See how that blonde works for her? The blonde didn't work for that looks weird. Or maybe it's the cut. I don't know. And Dustin, look, Dusty's Rise. Destiny's a beautiful woman. So I just don't understand what's going on here. I'm not going to even judge her outfit because remember, she had an outfit mishap. I didn't love Kimmy either. And Kimmy's beautiful too. I didn't love her dress. It does feel very pageantry. I don't know. Like, at 5 years of doing reunions, you'd think they would get it together. The only one that's gotten it together feels like Melody and Tisha. Yeah, look, Linda says Mel and Tisha were best dressed. Yeah, Tisha, come on. A round of applause for Tisha. Espo's Rise. Yeah, come on, Espo. Alyssa says Espo's rising. She says, there's just something about her that I like, which is fine. I liked her look. She looked great. The skin was skinning. The bob was bobbing. The dress was hugging. Come on now. Best side, that side of the besides Marceau. I didn't like his, it was ill-fitted, the jacket. Okay. But other than that, the women were bringing it on that side. All right. I say all that to say, guys, don't forget the Kempire After Dark, a live experience, returns to New York City on Friday, February 21st. The Brooke Ashley will be stopping through. Our girl, allegedly Stephanie, will be stepping through. And you also just never know who's going to arrive or what's going to go down or what tea will be spilled. There is a live stream option for you guys, but if you're in New York City, let's sell out this show. Because let me tell you something. If we don't, I'm not doing another New York City show. I said it.
or leave.
Oh, no, I'm not. Just saying. All right. Oh, damn. Miss Melon Magic says Espos fall. No, Espos rise. So the ticket information for our New York City show will be available in the description. All right. And like I said before, there is a live stream option for those of you that live outside New York City or the United States. Okay. All right, moving along, let's get into what played out in this reunion, okay? So Marcus, who's the showrunner for Love and Marriage Huntsville, is backstage, and he's speaking to the cast. You know what Carlos used to do, but Carlos is a star now, so he's not running backstage and having these little pre-interviews with everyone. Okay, that's when we find out about Destiny's dress. Carlos meets with Destiny. And now Carlos has been doing what we criticized the Bell Collective reunion of doing. And I know Carlos and his team watches our recaps. Stop with the introductions. It's a waste of time. They did this during the Bell Collective reunion where, welcome to the stage, Aikisha. Welcome to the stage, so good. We don't need the introductions, okay? Everyone just come on out, okay? And sit on down. All right? We didn't need the introductions. All right? All right. So everyone comes out. I look at their reunion looks and I'm like, okay. All right. That was a choice. Okay. So Carlos is having banter with all of them and things like that. Fine. All right. And like I said before, he made a comment about Destiny losing her earring. He's like, oh, you're losing your earrings like you lose your men. He does not like Destiny. Another reason why he doesn't explain why you would sit Destiny right next to you. And again, I felt like that was him for a reason. So remember, a lot of people said one of the deciding factors for Melody leaving the show was because of what was in the description notes. Oh, someone sent me what it said in the description notes. Please and hold. I forgot. Someone sent it to me. Now I can't remember where they sent it, though. Look, now I can't remember where they sent it. Let me see something. Where did y'all send that? Y'all send me stuff all the damn time, and I can't keep up with where y'all sent it to me. But okay, it's unimportant because it's been removed. But what was in the description notes said, it was literally there, that Melody and Martell groomed Destiny for a three-way. What?
Shut up! That is so stupid!
So that was part of the reason, not allegedly, I think she said this on her Instagram Live, that she decided that she was not going to return. Along with, allegedly, one of the TV producers wanted to be her TV manager, and she decided not to have them be her TV manager, and she felt retaliation. Could there be a lawsuit coming? We'll have to wait and see. So, it goes back to me, like, did you purposely put Destiny right next to you for whatever reason? Like, was this to make Melody feel away? Hear me out. No matter what side of if you are an Espo, a Dusty, or a Carlos, a Raindrop, it doesn't make sense for someone that is being sit right next to him, right next to Carlos, said nothing in part one, to be sitting right there. And you can't sit here and say that Destiny was the most important storyline of this last couple of seasons. Sidebar. They filmed this reunion in October of last year. Own, Carlos, y'all need to do better with this timing. Y'all filmed this reunion that long ago. The Potomac reunion is about to air. They filmed that a couple of weeks ago. And I'm not trying to compare them. No, we can't compare them to Bravo because y'all try to be Bravo, Carlos. If you're trying to be, that's way too early. The timing of everything. We're on season 9, according to YouTube TV, but technically it's only been 5 years. I can't. All right. Okay, wait, hold up. Pichelle says, Destiny was put there to put space between Mel and Martell. Really? Do you see how much space that is? It's a chair. It's not like they were sitting next to each other, and they've sat across from each other before for reunions. That doesn't make sense at all. Nash says they don't have the same budget count. You know how many people create amazing content here on YouTube with no budget? They could do a lot more with the budget that they have. Just say. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so I can get to the callers because I know you guys have lots to say. Tiffany says that Carlos's timelines are always off. That's why they don't know what season this is. That's why we never know what season this is. This, again, it's important to note, and I'm so glad that Melody said this during the reunion so we know the timeline of things. This reunion was filmed in October of last year. We are now in February. Sidebar, happy Black History Month. Come on. How could we not say that at the time? Oh, you're right. Purposely Delicious says, I forgot. You know, I was adding all new sound effects. Purposely Delicious says, Kemp, can you use the one you got of Tiny saying, heck nah, or hell nah, is what she says. That'd be funny. You're right. I need to add that. Thank you for the reminder. I'll do that later. Crooked Smile says, Carlos pays bi-weekly, so it makes sense. It also makes sense because you remember Winter from Love and Marriage DC claims that the reason why the timelines of things over there at OWN are weird like that is so that they could, you know, be a little shaky with the payments. So their contracts are based off of 5 seasons versus 9 seasons on the show. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. So when Carlos greets Destiny, you know, when he's going around the room and he's just like, you know, Destiny's back. And, you know, in response to how she feels to be back this season, she says, you're welcome. She says, you're welcome. Who is she saying? No, we, the audience, should say that to you, Destiny. You're welcome. Okay? So that you could bring your business to this platform. She's like, you're welcome. The audacity and delusion that exists. Did she really like bleach her own hair? Because maybe the bleach leaked to her brain. You're welcome. Okay, girl. Anyway, so Carlos makes a comment because he's talking about this group and how they always have, you know, who's on top. And then he says, I am always, sir. Wait. Oh, wait. Sir. First of all, not everything is about you, Carlos. But we don't need to know that. He's like, I'm always on top. We don't care or want to know. I was like, what? Oh, okay. So they I didn't understand them flashing back. It was like, is the show ending after this reunion? Because they flash back and they're showing like the history of this group and how the show started. Okay. All right. So Martell reacts to the video and he says, you know, it's kind of sad because of what's happened between him and Melody. And then Carlos asks Melody her feelings on it. And she's like, you know, I don't feel sad when I watch that. She's like, I see victory. She talks about reclaiming herself and reclaiming her independence. And again, this goes back to why the Millimeters, I think, really, or why a lot of people, that not even just Millimeters, people that watch what she went through on this show and how far she's come and did well while Martell is still not taking accountability, still on this stage lying. And I think that explains why he has not evolved, why his life hasn't changed. It was her perspective in that moment. I was like, you know what? That's a good perspective to have. And if you were a part of our dating live that we did on Friday for 5 hours, come on. But we had a good time. But we talked about some of the highs and lows of dating and perspective and things like that. I think it was her perspective that was part of what helped her achieve what she's been able to achieve since leaving Martell. And a lot of times, it's people like Martell that's actually dragging you down and blocking you from your blessings. Not just blocking you from finding the love of your life, but blocking you from being successful in every aspect of your life. Sometimes men, sometimes partners, women, whatever that you have in your life actually is hurting not just your love life, but hurting your mental stability, hurting your career success, hurting your evolution. So she says when she looks back at that stuff and what she's gone through, she sees victory. Okay. I was like, that's a word. Okay. But that's when she lets us know that she will not be addressing or speaking with Martell during this reunion. So this was bound for Melody to leave the show. We're surprised that she didn't leave a lot earlier, especially having to constantly engage with Martell on the show. So she's like, I'm not commenting or speaking to Martell at all. And she's not even looking in his direction. Sidebar. Do you think they purposely did the seating so she had to kind of see him? I'm doing all kinds of speculation because I'm like, maybe. All right. So she says she has no comments for him. Martell says that he and Melody are in a good place. He's delusional. Martell can't help but lie. We have never seen even in this last episode, he was talking about, Melody when I see Melody when we're not with this group, everything is cordial and everything is good. I don't believe a word that comes out of Martell's mouth. This reunion alone shows us how much of a liar he is. 1 minute he did this, and the next minute, no, I didn't. You just said that you did.
Lies! The lie!
You just said that you did. Lord. But if someone that lies like that, like Bryn from Real Housewives of New York, is dangerous. Sidebar, I just want to say thank you to our friends over at Watch What Crappens. Last night, if I'm running low on energy, first of all, Friday night was a long night, didn't get much sleep. Then last night, I was out late at Watch What Crappens for their sold-out show at Town Hall. I presented the Most Shady Award. Karen Huger won. But no, it wasn't the Most Shady Award. No, the Most Scandalous Award, sorry. The Most Scandalous Award I presented. So we had a really good time with that. So shout out to Watch What Crappens. We had a really, and the Brooke Ashley was with me. She was my date for the night. So we had a really good time backstage. Sidebar. Dolores is gorgeous in person. So she was backstage and I was like, she's beautiful. Like body is bodying, face is facing. Also, Margaret was there. So Margaret and I had a little bit of a kiki in a chat. She was lovely. Yeah, she was lovely. Thank you. Winter, you were there, right? I didn't get to meet Winter. There was a packed house. Winter, I wouldn't be able to find you. Winter says, yes, Kempire, you look so good. Thank you so much, Winter. Now I'm trying to get back into my figuring out what I'm going to wear for my own show. But yeah, so we had a really good time last night. I met Margaret for the very first time. Margaret was really, really nice. We talked some stuff. Stay tuned. Dolores was backstage. I met Kyle from Summer House. He was lit. He was lit. I met his brother. Lit. They were lit. Okay. I need to do a separate live to talk about my DC show. And I'm going to put it in the podcast. So stay tuned. I'm going to do a podcast, and I'll probably release that one for Tuesday. So stay tuned for that on the podcast. Make sure you subscribe. You can also hear our live recaps there where it's edited down and nice and clean for those that want to take us on the go, listen while you're cleaning, that kind of thing. Anyway, so back to our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. Be sure to like the video, guys, if you haven't liked it already. We already have 337 likes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. However, we have 1,500 of you here. What? Come on. Danny says, is this an annual event? Never heard of it. It is. I don't remember which number this one was, but it was, the Bravo fans were there. There was a lot of people there and a sold out show. So shout out to them. That was amazing. Okay. Mr. Melon Magic says, Kemp, wear that shirt from Watch What Happens Live that TJ had on. No, thank you. I know what I'm wearing for my New York City show on Friday, February 21st. Thank you so much, Keisha. Did someone say that I wasn't? Keisha says, Kempire is the fairest one to do recaps. Thank you. Here's the thing, though. I always remind you guys this. we're recapping a show. So when people say, "Oh, you're not biased," and look, I appreciate that you guys like my POV, but we're recapping a show, so there is a level of bias, but at the same time, it's your opinion. So there's always going to be people you like, people you don't like, blah 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 blah. Honestly, I don't really like anybody on this cast. And when I say that, I mean, like, would I be friends with any of them? Look, no, including Carlos. Just say it. Mr. Melon Magic, behave yourself. It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Okay. Yeah, Winter says, yes, I was fully packed. I thought I was at the Gram. It was, and they put on a hell of a show. Again, shout out to Watch What Crappens. They put a lot of work into their show, and they deserved all of the praise and adoration that they received last night. And thank you for having me there. All right, back to Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Let's get into what happens next in this reunion. All right, so Martell claims that he and Melody are in a good place. Sir, there are court documents to prove that you guys are not in a good place. That's why I'm so shocked that he's even claiming that. You're literally in court. She literally had you arrested for harassing communications. You guys are not in a good place. You're weird. You're strange. Thank you, Judy. Judy says, your show, your opinion. Yeah. Martell is so strange. I don't understand. But it's actually concerning. You should be very concerned when someone lies this much over the stupidest things. Like Bryn from Real Housewives of New York. Because it starts, silly, and then it turns dark very quickly. And we've seen that. We've seen that in a lot of different reality TV shows. All right. So Martell says that, because then it leads into our conversation about the Scotts, Tisha and Marceau, and if he's jealous of them. He's like, no, I wish them well. I'm not jealous of them, but I'm not rooting for them. So then Tisha says that Martell was always feeding information to Melody, his baby's mama, and to bloggers. He's like, I don't know any bloggers. Sir, you were all in the blog. You did a whole interview with Tasha K. She is a blogger. Sir. And then you did this was filmed before he did the side chick convention. But and this is why I don't believe a thing that comes out of Martell's mouth. I don't know if Martell has ever told the truth. Has he ever told the truth? So he said he doesn't speak to bloggers. Okay. He's like, I don't know any bloggers. So Marceau says that, he lost respect for Martell after the whole text saga and the fact that he was trying to put out that screenshot. So Marceau was bringing the tea for those that did not know that the story was allegedly, we'll say, that Martell was he was threatening Melody with that screenshot and allegedly was going to put it out there online to say, see, she did cheat. So that picture, which it was with Melody and Martell, he was going to make it seem as if it was some other guy. We don't believe that he would do that. Yes, we do. But he denies it. But then admits that he did send the screenshot. So why did you send the screenshot? So what was your intention in sending the screenshot? So they showed the text message, the actual text, not the screenshot of what he said. We've read the text, I don't know how long ago, in season 6. I don't remember. But we've gone through the text and shared the text here before. Okay? So he shares they go through the text and what he said in the text. And you're going to stop bullying me. I'm going to do what you do to me. And then he sent that screenshot to her. Then it leads into a conversation on whether or not he pled guilty or did not plead guilty. I'm not an attorney, so I'm not getting into semantics. But what I was reminded of, there's literally an attorney on the cast. Why didn't Maurice chime in? Maybe because Martell wasn't making any sense. I'm literally watching it this morning, and I'm saying to myself, I'm not an attorney. I mean, I think I understand what Martell was getting at, But at the same time, I'm like, wait, Maurice is a whole attorney on this cast. And you couldn't break down what Martell was trying to say or what he was saying that was incorrect? Why are you there? Maurice, why are you there? You seem to know how to defend yourself when it comes to your DUI arrest, but you can't at least explain this legal situation that's happening right here? But okay, fine. So Martell denies pleading guilty. Melody says, he pled guilty. He pled guilty. And as you know, he appealed that. And now, is he still waiting on an appeal? Has there been any update in regards to that? Not that I care. Honestly, after this reunion, I really don't care about anything else when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Logan says he doesn't practice family law. But you also realize, shout out to our Miss Esquire, she doesn't practice criminal law, but she's still an attorney, so she can have a perspective. Okay? You go to law school, you learn all of the details. It might not be your practice, but the whole system of things he should understand. I would have appreciated his expertise to come in. Okay? But anyways, okay? Because even if, like Phaedra practices what, criminal law? I feel like she still would have been able to chime in on something that's illegal. But okay, that's what stood out to me. I could understand no one else chiming in, but I was like, you have a whole attorney that's sitting there. Why wouldn't he weigh in and at least provide clarity? Because it got really confusing. Martell's like, I didn't plead guilty. Mel's like, he pled guilty. I'm like, huh? I'm like, okay. Honestly, do I care? Do you care? No, because either way, he did what he did. When they go backstage, Marcus, the showrunner, asks him for clarity. And Marcus kind of deciphers it. He's like, so you had to plead guilty so that it would move to another court, and then you appealed it. Honestly, you did what you did. You should be locked up. You should, whatever the consequences for what you did, you should get the consequences. What are the consequences? I forgot now. Is there jail time in there? He should face consequences for that. Just saying. Anyways, moving on. So they talk more about the text message, the screenshot, whether or not Martell sent the screenshot. He kind of admits to sending the screenshot and then is just like, I didn't do that. Carlos tries to decipher, like, sir, like you said that you did. And that's when Marceau says, well, he was trying to put this information out there and set Melody up as if she was doing this thing to someone else that wasn't him, even though it was them. It was Martell and Melody in that screenshot. So, as I said before, Melody says that he did that Martell admitted this online in an interview. Was it the Tasha interview? Because he's done a couple of interviews with bloggers. Okay. Anyways, Martell says he doesn't see anything wrong with sending the photo to Melody. This man is ridiculous. But I've said this before. I think if Martell had taken accountability, if Martell just was not him, he can't help himself. I really believe something's wrong with him. Because he refuses to take any accountability, yet he still wants Melody. I don't care what he says, he still wants to be with Melody. I thought that maybe he had let that go until we saw Chris and Nels Fletcher's wedding, their celebration of their 30th anniversary. And I said, oh, he still wants Melody. Oh, thank you guys. Dee says it was the Queen Sheba interview that. See, he does interviews with, he knows bloggers. He knows bloggers. Again, he says one thing when it can easily be proven otherwise. You are a liar. Oh my God. What?
Lies. The lie.
Oh my gosh, he's such a liar. And he's a bad liar. Lie about stuff that can't be proven, sir. Lie about the things that cannot be proven. There's video evidence. Oh my gosh, he's so dumb. I'm sorry.
Shut up! That is so stupid.
Oh my goodness. Be smarter. Okay. Anyways, exactly. Miss Natalie says that Tasha K is a blogger and he has her on speed dial. Literally recently. Okay. All right. I want to say thank you for a couple of super chats, guys. Thank you so much for being here on a Sunday morning, or now afternoon, for our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. We only have 2 more after this, and then we're done. I mean, I really feel like we should be done. You guys will decide. I only recap Love and Marriage Huntsville because of y'all. And I tell y'all that every week. I'd much rather have my Sunday to myself. I like to, be curled up in bed on a Sunday, not having anything to do. But I'm like, here I go. Got to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville every Sunday. I look forward to when they would take those breaks, random breaks. I was like, yes, a break. Sage, thank you for being a member, and thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate the support. Sage says, I'm just here being nosy because I definitely didn't watch a single episode this season. I know, you got to put seasons in quotes. And my roses from V-Day last year are still... See, Sage? I mean, I'm not sure if that's a great business plan, but... But mind you, I have 4 or 5 of these, but I give them away. I haven't given these away. Ooh, should we do a giveaway right now? Should we do a giveaway for Valentine's Day? Drop some roses in the chat, y'all. Let's see if we can do a giveaway. Yeah, let's do a little giveaway. Let me open up this situation so we can pick a random winner. Let me know. Drop those roses in the chat. Sage, thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for supporting one of our sponsors, Rose Forever, guys. Don't forget, Rose Forever is sponsoring today's live recap. There is a discount code Kempire20 in the description. Those of you watching on TikTok, head on over to our YouTube channel and maybe you can win as well. Let me just say thank you to Nicole. Thank you, Nicole, for the super chat. Nicole says, like I told you the other day, keep your foot on Carlos's neck, Nicole. Oh, Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Peaches, thank you for the super chat. Peaches says they look like they were there because it was required. Damn. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for another super chat, Nicole. Nicole says, Kempire, you forget this is the deep south of fashions. Their looks I could have worn to a juke joint. Right? That's what it was giving. Hence Bell Collective. Okay. But Tisha looks good. Melody looks good. Espo's Rise. Miss Sharon, thank you for the super chat. Miss Sharon says, I bought my ticket for the live stream show, Kempire. I will start with dinner and drinks before the show. Yes, Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon's talking about our New York City show. There is a live stream option. Miss Sharon, I will see you there, okay? Thank you so much for always supporting and being a member for probably I don't know how many years now, Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon, I'm expecting you'll call in with a sports update. Sidebar, last night, and this is why you should follow me on TikTok for short form content, we have the announcement that Beyonce has announced her tour, her Cowboy Carter tour. So if you missed that, and apparently she's going to be at the Grammys tonight and possibly performing. Happy Black History Month. Okay. Miata, thank you so much for the super chat. Miata says, I think that is Carlos that is using his power against Mel and his YouTube with Dustin. Never mentioned Mel on his recap at all and only let Dustin speak. Oh, really? Something definitely happened between Melody and Carlos. So I don't know what it is. I don't know. I know Melody has alluded to things, and we've done a video where she talks about toxic leadership. So, all right, let's choose a winner. Okay, let's choose a winner. Mix Shelly. Hold on, let me put this up so you can see that you won. Mix Shelly, are you in the live chat? Mix Shelly, let us know. Congrats, you have won a Rose Forever bouquet. Email us at KempireDaily@gmail.com for more details. We'll need to get your information and your selection. Congratulations to Mix Shelly. Let us know that you're in the live chat, Mix Shelly. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations, Mix Shelly. Yes. We might be giving away some more Rose Forever, so stay tuned. You got to be subscribed. You got to be following the channel. You got to be active in the chat. All right? We don't choose the winner. We have a system behind the scenes that chooses the winner. McShirley, I haven't seen a comment from you yet, though. I wanted to make sure that we see at least a comment from you so that we know that you received the information. Congratulations, McShirley. McShirley? I think I'm saying it correctly. Are you in the live chat, McShirley? I will give her a moment, but if I don't see a comment from her, we're going to have to choose another winner. So McShirley, just confirm. Okay. All right. Let's get into the rest of this Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. What else happened in this episode? So Martell says that he didn't see anything wrong with sending that photo to Melody. Okay. You're sending a threatening text along with a screenshot of an intimate moment. Okay. So that's when Marceau spills what we've already been talking about in regards to what Martell's alleged plan was to do with that video footage. Okay. And apparently, allegedly, he was going to use Coleslaw to leak it to the blogs and pretend that, Coleslaw, you are such a pick-me. You are so less than smart. I don't get it. But anyways, so Martell denies pleading guilty for harassing pleading guilty for the harassing communications situation. Melody says that he did plead guilty backstage. That's where they unpack more of that. Whatever. The next segment. Maurice's DUI. So remember, this was filmed in October. They were in the middle of this whole legal situation. So when they filmed this reunion, another reason why, if they had filmed this reunion maybe in January, we could have at least addressed, it's been dismissed, and maybe they could have talked about it more freely. I don't understand. I kind of understand it. Budget reasons, network reasons. This is the time it's available, everyone's schedule, whatever. But it doesn't make sense to people watching your show. It actually makes you guys look ridiculous. And no one wants to entertain this conversation because the amount of shucking and jiving that Kimmy and Maurice did talking about what happened the night of his DUI, it was so annoying to watch. I get it, he couldn't talk about the details, but at the same time, I did not have any sort of clarity on that situation. It just became more of a fight between Kimmy and Maurice versus Melody. And I feel like that's ridiculous. But I do appreciate Carlos trying to figure out what happened that night. I had to rewind that so many times trying to understand. So they were at Black. They left Black in separate vehicles. Kimmy made a pit stop somewhere. Apparently Maurice also made the pit stop with Kimmy somewhere, but they were in separate cars. All right. He did have an accident. Apparently he ran into a pole. He says that the cops suspected something and arrested him for it. So they suspected him for being under the influence. And they arrested for him. Did he take a breathalyzer? Word on the street, he did not take a breathalyzer, but he did not answer that question here. He says whatever's public record will show it. Thank you, McShirley. We see it. You confirmed that you won. Please email us, kempiredaily@gmail.com, so that we can get your bouquet to you. All right. Happy Valentine's Day. And thank you so much for being a subscriber of the channel. We appreciate it. All right. Moving on. So Maurice unpacks what, I mean, he really didn't unpack anything. I didn't get any clarity on what happened. Then Carlos asked Kimmy more about it because Carlos was just like, well, Kimmy, you said that you went to go look for Maurice and you couldn't find him. I had no clarity on what Kimmy said or where Maurice was. I did not have anything on the timeline. I get it. They're in the middle of a legal situation, so they can't talk about it. Why are you filming this reunion in October? At least, because it was definitely dismissed by December, right? Because I feel like you guys told me, it's been dismissed. So you should have waited a little bit longer. You should have waited regardless, because not just for a resolution to Maurice's DUI situation, but for resolution with a lot of the back and forth that's been happening online between Marceau and Martell. Well, then technically by December, Melody apparently quit. So, okay. Tay says, because they both lie in Kempire. I'm not going to say that they're lying. I'm going to say that they were being cautious with their words because literally there was no resolution to the DUI. But it's annoying for people watching this reunion, thinking at the reunion we're going to get clarity, and we don't get any clarity. We just get more talking in circles from Maurice Luther King. I was annoyed watching that. I was just like, that's where he stepped up as an attorney, talking in circles about the legal system. He's not representing himself. He actually had an attorney. They lead into a conversation about the commentary that Melody had on it. And he felt, Maurice, as we already know, that Melody was disparaging his name. Kimmy was like, I find it interesting that people were having commentary on the situation and didn't reach out to check if he was okay. Here's the thing. Look, we get it. You're innocent until proven guilty. Yes, that's the way it should work. But I also understand if your grandmother or if someone personal in your life has died because of a drunk driver, the last thing I'm going to do is text you to check it to see if you're okay. Especially if we don't have that relationship. Sidebar, did you guys notice that Melody confirmed that her and Kimmy aren't friends like that? We knew that already, but at the same time, it was like, huh. Like, we kind of sensed it already, but I was like, I kind of thought that they were better friends than what Melody described. But again, Melody also said that Nell wasn't her mentor, and we all looked, call it what you want, counselor, elder, what, she was helping, mentoring you, okay? But when she sort of dismissed their friendship, I was like, oh. I was like, okay. So Maurice talks about Melody disparaging his character. Sir, you got arrested for a DUI. And I know he probably can walk around now and be like, it was dismissed. I've been vindicated. You crashed into a pole. They suspect that you denied getting a breathalyzer, which is his legal right. He knows that, he's an attorney. But where were you? Who were you with? He denies being with anyone else was in the car. When asked, so where were you? Where were you going? He was traveling. Traveling where? To home. Anyone else who was annoyed watching this commentary? I appreciate Carlos trying to dig and get more information out of the situation, but it just became more and more annoying. So then they lead into what Melody had been saying and how he felt about that. Kimmy gets involved in the conversation because Carlos asks her, because she's like, this feels like an interrogation. It's a reunion, so it's going to feel that way. And she's asked about Maurice possibly cheating. She was like, I don't think that he's cheating, but I don't put anything besides anyone. Did everyone notice Maurice's face? He was like, huh? Like, what? So then Carlos asked Melody, would you tell Kimmy if you found out that Maurice was cheating? I thought she was going to say yes. And she was just like, probably not. Because Kimmy and I aren't friends like that. We haven't known each other since we were younger and things. I was like, I don't think you need to know someone that long to tell them. But I get why some people would not tell a friend or an associate that their partner was cheating, because some of y'all would turn that on the person telling you, as opposed to, well, thank you for telling me that. Do you have solid proof of this? But Melody was like, no, I would not tell her. I was like, oh, okay. But the back and forth between Melody and Kimmy, because Melody says, excuse me, Melody says that she wouldn't tell Kimmy if Maurice was cheating. Okay, and she says she didn't want to answer any more questions. And I know on her Instagram Live or TikTok Live, I don't know where it was, she does talk about why she didn't go further into answering questions about Maurice and the cheating and the lipstick and things like that, because Kimmy did not want to talk about the case. And she says that production wanted Melody to ask questions, but Kimmy was not trying to talk about it. So she was like, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Then they talk about the lipstick rumors and things like that. And I told you, I didn't see those rumors. And normally y'all send me all kinds of stuff. Did you see or hear about this? Some of you have said that, oh, I heard about it, but I did not hear about that. The same way I did not hear about Melody's botched booty job. That's what Kimmy brings up. She's like, well, the same way I felt like Kimmy, that was so sophomoric. Of all the things that you could come back at Melody with, I was just like, what is the relevance? Oh, because it's a rumor? No, let's talk about like a real rumor. Like there are plenty of rumors about Melody and her relationships or her relationship with Martell. You decided to bring it to physical. I thought that was so below you. For someone that we viewed as intelligent and probably at one particular point a fan favorite, I was like, Kimmy... I was like, really? This is where we're going? But when I talk about not seeing rumors about Maurice, possibly having lipstick on his lips or his collar, I said, well, sidebar, if he did have lipstick on his lips or on his collar, it could have been Kimmy's. Because remember, they were partying together and they did a pit stop somewhere. I don't know, whatever. Okay. So I didn't see those rumors. Not saying that those rumors weren't out there. The same way, though, I didn't see those rumors about Mel's BBL. But then again, I don't think y'all would have brought that to me either. But I feel like if there were real solid rumors about lipsticks on the lapel or the lips, you guys would have brought that to me, or someone would have said something. Maybe. No. Y'all failed me this week, though. I will say this. I'm blaming y'all because y'all know I don't follow the stuff. I blame y'all because y'all did not tell me about Melody's live and what she revealed in that live. So it's y'all fault. So maybe the rumors are true. Maybe there were rumors about the BBL. Maybe there were rumors about the lipstick and stuff. Y'all just didn't tell me. I'm going to put this on y'all. Do better. Do better. Okay? Well, you don't have to. After this reunion's over, we're done. Officially. Right? All right. Before I continue, I am going to drop the call-in link for our members. If you're a member of the channel, we're going to drop the call-in link on the community tab. Shout out to our King's Guards. And again, happy Black History Month, guys. We are celebrating everything Black, trying to support all Black businesses, and also investing in learning more about Black history. There's so much Black history that I learn all the time, year round, that I didn't know. And shout out to the content creators that create stories and tell these stories, because especially in this political climate, a lot of those stories are not going to be taught in school. But the benefit of living in 2025 is that we have access that me as a kid, social media, we didn't have. So the fact that the future has access, and not just the future, we all have access to information that is readily available that we can learn ourselves. So shout out to Hillman TikTok, Hillman University TikTok. I'm loving watching that on TikTok. I just hope TikTok's around in 75 days or less, okay? All right, so if you're a member of the channel, we've dropped the call link for you guys on the community tab, live chat. We have 2,000 of y'all here. We need to get to at least 750 likes, at least. And I'm not even promising that I'll drop it then, because 2,000 of you are here. So why not? Why are you watching if you're not going to like the video? Why? Just saying. I'm asking the questions, okay? I'll actually, mods, you determine how many likes should we get for me to drop the call-in link in the live chat. And I will do that. But if you're a member, shout out to our members. We've dropped the call-in link for you guys. We appreciate your memberships. Shout out to our Team Kempire members, to our Royal Court members, and to our senior royals. We appreciate you guys. All right. Moving along. Okay, so Kimmy gets activated. She brings up Melody talking about these cheating rumors. She also talks about, the same way that you don't like us talking about you and, the botch BBL that you got, blah, 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 blah. She didn't use botch. I'm using that word, but she alluded to that. Okay. Okay, let me take a sip. Please hold. D says, I'm not a mod, but I say 1,000. I know that's right. Like them up. Okay. Mama Ali says, I say 1,500. Oh, y'all not going to get the call-in link today. Y'all should be. Again, y'all are here over an hour. Why aren't you liking? You can like from your television. Okay. Mama Foxy says 950. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Baby says 800 likes. We already had 800 likes. Yay, thank you guys. Let's get to 900, okay? All right. So I will give Kimmy this, though. When Kimmy said, because this is so true, this is what played out during the season. So Kimmy says that, Melody, what did she say? I wrote it down. She says that if they ever talk about Melody, they get in trouble. And then they have to go have a meeting with Melody. And we literally see that play out in the last couple of seasons. It's true. Come on. And I have to say, Kimmy, I'm going to give you that one. That made me laugh. I was like, it's so true. Anything that they've said about Melody she didn't like, she would have some sort of scene with them, which would end up being an actually interesting part of the season. But it was funny. Just saying. Gwen says, I say 2,000 likes. Ooh. I mean, there is over 2,000 of you here watching, so then there's that. For me, and this is how the reunion ends, I felt like Kimmy saying that was really funny. I was like, Kimmy. Okay, that's a bar, Kimmy. Thank you. Yes. Because they would have to, if they said something, there would be a meeting. There was Melody and Maurice a couple of weeks ago. Before that, there was Melody and Marceau and Tisha. Then there was, before that, after that, there was the meeting with Trisha. Trisha, that wig, that blonde wig. So we see a preview for next week's episode. Trisha's going to come out and address any rumors with Martell. She denied sleeping with Martell, but Carlos asked her, did he send you any D pics? We didn't see the response to that. Okay. Oh, Lord. All right. Let me say thank you because we have a few super chats. Again, members, we've dropped the call link for you guys on the community tab, live chat. We're already at a 900 likes. Thank you, guys. Mr. Melon Magic says, Kimmy defending a man that wanted to use you as a blow-up. Oh, damn. See, people haven't forgotten because for me, that was the moment where my mind and my feelings of Maurice and Kimmy changed. Was when she got cancer and the way that he treated her literally as she was recovering from cancer. So Mr. Melon Magic says that Kimmy defending a man that wanted to use you as a blow-up doll while you were battling cancer is a choice. But hey, ride or die for life. Yeah. Dana, thank you so much for the super chat. Dana says, why do fans expect the cast to look out for Mel as if they friends? Just like Mel said, she wouldn't let Kimmy know if Maurice cheated because they not friends. Just because y'all stand her doesn't mean the cast has to. That's true. Dana, thank you for the super chat. Texas Sporty Spice, thank you for the super chat. Texas Sporty Spice says, who Maurice was with? Who was Maurice was with or where he was until 12 noon has nothing to do with the DUI. They need to just say that they have an open marriage. I mean, it might have something to do with the DUI, but we will never know based off of how they describe the events of that night. We don't know where Kimmy went after Black. She had to make a pit stop. Okay. Apparently Maurice was there during that pit stop, but then somehow they disconnected. Carlos did say, like, well, if he was arrested in like the early wee hours of the morning, you didn't think anything was wrong with that? Like, are you used to that? Or is that normal in your relationship? It was just very weird. And again, they're going to claim they're in the middle of a court case, so they couldn't, really talk about it. Can they talk about it now? Or are they going to wait for the new season that we're not going to watch to talk about it? Because he did say, you'll have to wait until next year. I don't care. At this particular point, I don't care. Mish, thank you so much for the super chat. Mish says, but Mel had no problem telling that Marceau had cheated with her friend Alonda. Y'all really go all the way back in regards to some of this stuff. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Let me put up my disclaimer for the live chat. Live chat, we're almost at 1,000 likes. Can we get to 1,000 likes and I'll drop the call link for you guys? If you remember the channel, we've already dropped the call link on the community tab. We have a few members that are backstage already. Let me put this here first. Okay, and let me put my disclaimer up. Please and hold. Again, the opinions of the callers are all alleged and do not represent the opinions of myself, the Kempire LLC, or our sponsors. Okay? All right. Teresa says, I'm going to be watching next year. Well, let us know. Actually, don't. Because we were like, what show are you talking about? All right. Eva's window seat. Thank you for the super chat. They say Kimmy had none of that smoke for Kiowa. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, Kimmy's energy was very different at this reunion. But like I said, I felt like when she brought up that they had to have a meeting with Mel, anytime they talked about Mel, I was like, that was funny. That made me laugh. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. CM says, Mel told them they don't care. Kimmy said that she filmed with Slaw after calling Martell a good man while he was being investigated for harming the children. And I wonder how Kimmy feels now after she threw, after Martell threw your relationship under the bus during the side chick convention. How do you feel about Martell now? Claiming that that Maurice slept with that woman too. With his brother, Marceau. Okay. Carol, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate your support, guys. You can also support the channel just by liking the video. We're almost at 1,000 likes. Once we get there, I will drop the call and link for our community. So thank you so much for being here. All right, let's get to the callers so I can get out of here. It's already almost 1 o'clock here on a Sunday. I got things to do. Don't forget, guys, we will be recapping Real Housewives of Potomac tomorrow, their season finale. If you missed it, we had a lot of Potomac news and tea that we dropped here on the channel. And we also had some tea that came in that we had to go back and watch Karen's DUI arrest. So be sure to check that out. And then we will be recapping Married to Medicine tomorrow as well. All right. All right. We're going to bring Winter up first. Winter, what is going on?
Hi, Cam.
Hey.
You looked so good on stage last night. When you came out, I was screaming. I was up high, so of course you would never see me. I was like, Kempire!
Thank you.
But yeah, so Melody, she looks so beautiful. Like, she has that beautiful skin tone, that with that blonde wig. Everything just looks so great on her. The other blondes, I wasn't feeling it. Destiny, I need her with dark hair. The blonde, it just wasn't giving for me. I don't know why she keeps doing it. And then what's her name? Trish, stay away from blonde. It's just not for you, sis. But Martell, like, the delusion, like, you can just see when a narcissist talks, and when they don't see that they're doing anything wrong, that is scary. Someone who doesn't understand what you're trying to say, like, he doesn't even process that he's a liar, that he did anything wrong. And that's, I'm like, yo, this guy's dangerous. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
And then when you arguing with Marceau about who's more successful and this and that, and how, Martell, what do you have on TV? You have no real business. We haven't saw that Inez wine, nothing. Like, you shouldn't even be speaking. You're a joke. At least they have black. Like, I thought that was so weird. I was like, he looks so stupid. Tisha looked pretty, but did you peep when she said, oh yeah, this is our 5th time being here? I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. It's not really 9 seasons. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, And then when Kimmy spoke up, I was like, finally, it felt like she was just fed up. Like, I'm tired of being reprimanded, like, from our boss. Like, you know what? It wasn't spoken throughout the years. They wouldn't really push Mel back. Now she was just like fed up. Like, I'm tired of having a coaching session with HR. Like, I'm over it. That's the vibe I got. I was like, she's fed up. She's fed up. That's it. And Carlos, we don't need to see like the backstage. We don't need the comments. Like, this is the unprofessionalism that people talk about with him. Like, it's just like you want to be on the show and then you want to be the creator of the show. You have to pick and choose. Like, it was just so unprofessional when he said to Destiny and stuff. Like, I was just like, I would not have let that rock. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I don't know what's gonna happen if Melody's not coming back, so I guess we'll see. Good night.
Good night. Goodbye.
Good day.
Bye. All right. Thank you, Winter. We're going to bring Nia up next. Nia, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm fine, cannot complain. I wanted to come on here because after watching the reunion yesterday, it made me realize a few things. And I was pretty upset with the cast for the fact of those people knew that Martell had this, even if it was in a video, a picture of a video in their phones, it was distributed to people. And for years, Melody would say, hey, like, you guys know that he did this, and they would act oblivious. And now at this reunion, they want to admit that they knew. I find that very concerning. So when were you guys going to reprimand him? How long were you going to accept this? And for all of those ladies to sit up there, and I can understand why, Melody will go after Kimmy and say those things because you guys been playing in her face. I would see why she see you guys as the ops like that, and that's very disturbing. Yeah. And he tried to make it seem like the message that he said wasn't so bad. What do you mean if you keep playing with me, I'm going to do this? She has your children. And then for Destiny to sit there, knowing what she went through with her husband and is going to defend this guy, it shows all of their character. Like, to me, it just shows me that everything is okay with them as long as it don't hurt them. And I find that to be a problem.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you so much, Kempire. You have a nice day, okay?
You too. Bye. I mean, that is concerning that they would know. And it also would make sense why she was like, if I knew he was cheating, I wouldn't tell you. You knew about this stuff and you didn't tell me. All right. Tyler's backstage. We're going to bring Tyler up next. Tyler, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. I just want to say, Trisha, whatever her name is, with that blonde hair, she looked like handsome Squidward. Other than that, Melody has turned into a mean girl, but I think she owns that, and she needs to, because these women have played in her face, like on multiple occasions. In no situation would they want their ex-husbands to be flaunted in their face, especially if the situation ended like that. It's like they act so clueless as to why Melanie acts the way that she acts. There's no excuse to be a mean girl, but I can understand. I wouldn't fool with any of them. And Kimmy, I don't know if you went to one of those beauty schools to get your wig glued on, but it needs to be at least 4 to 5 inches above your eyebrows. That wig was sitting so low. And she thought she really had her give you gotcha moment when she said something about her BBL. And I'm sitting there like, now, Kimmy, gravity does not agree with your boobs. But anyways, I'll just leave it at that. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye, Tyler. All right. Perfect timing. All right. Dr. Payne is backstage. Hey, Dr. Payne.
Hi, how's everybody? Hi, Kempire. I have to say this first. I only know the show through you. Okay? I swear to God, I have watched just less than 5 times. But the reason why I want to comment, even though I live in Miami, Florida, I'm from Savannah, Georgia. And this whole Southern toxic masculinity, because I got 2 nickels rubbed together, I can have any women I want. All the men on the cast to me are trash, all of them. And I think without Melanie, this thing is over. Carlos has torn his drawers. You hear me? He got nothing. Poor guy. Nobody wanted no more. This show is finished. But I heard a rumor that Melanie has been courted for the Atlanta Housewives, that she is going to be, have some sort of business right, in the city, and that they're after her. That's what I heard.
Oh.
Anyway, I love your shows. I love your mods. I love the Kempire Royal Court. I hope you're having an amazing day.
You too. Thank you for calling in, Dr. Payne. Take care. All right. Ooh. Hold on, Miss Dugan. Hold on. Let me bring you up. Hold on. There we go. Miss Dugan, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
This is my first time ever getting through.
Really? Sorry.
Well, nice to meet you.
You too. What's going on?
When you coming to Memphis?
They told me not to come to Memphis, Miss Dugan. I don't know if you heard that before, because we have quite a few people from Memphis that came to our Nashville show that watched the channel. They told me it's not safe. This is what they said. I didn't say it. They told me not to come to Memphis.
That's about right, Kempire.
Oh, see, what you trying to set me up, Miss Dugan? You trying to set me up?
It was going to be a private meeting.
Are you going to make me some food?
I was going to cook dinner for you. We know you like to eat.
And I bet you can cook.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, rather.
I'll take ma'am, too. What did you want to share, Miss Dugan?
So I'm one of those people who is Team Kimmy. I think Kimmy did her big one last night.
Oh, okay.
I like the way she kind of got Mel straight. It's about time.
Oh.
And to all those people out there who's wishing the demise of the show, I hope they're wrong. I actually like the show. I hope it continues and, we get better couples, perhaps. But I'm enjoying the show. I enjoy the products that Carlos is putting out. I think he gets a bad rep. They blame everything on him. Like you can see Marcus or whoever that was at the reunion is the showrunner.
Yeah.
It's not Carlos. He's just the executive producer. Stop.
Yeah.
And what else did I want to point out? Hotel is forever going to be Hotel. Now, that's the person who I wish would quit.
We all do.
And Lord knows we do not want to see Ariane. If Ariane comes around, maybe just briefly, an appearance.
Picking up the kids.
Whole show. All right, thank you. Maybe I'll get back in again another time.
Yes, thank you for calling in. Bye. We have a lot of people in Memphis. I probably would do a sold out show in Memphis, but y'all told me I can't come to Memphis unless y'all gonna give me security. This dude can try to set me up. She tried to set me up, y'all. All right, let me bring up Eva's window seat. Eva, what's going on? You're muted, Eva. There we go.
Hey. Hi, Kempire. Nice to see you guys. Hi, chat.
Hey.
First, I want to say one thing. Every time somebody from Detroit get on TV, they embarrass me. Two, I'm so disappointed. Two, you're a fellow tourist. You know Kim. Okay. I'm upset because Mel has been the topic of their broke down storyline since season 1. And the first time she has called them to the table and addressed every issue they've ever brought up this season or any season connected to this season. They got an attitude. You wanted to be on the show. Welcome to the show, boo. Either you can handle the spotlight or go sit back down. I'm just upset about the way they attacked her because it was a public takedown of a Black woman and I just didn't enjoy it. And that's how I feel. And justice for Kiowa because I feel like she got vindicated by Maurice's actions and Kimmy's obvious, I don't know, like she couldn't see it. So I feel like Kiowa was vindicated. So there's that.
Wow. Okay. That's it, Eva?
That's it. That's all I had to say.
Thank you so much.
Till we talk about Nail the next time.
Oh, next week. All right. Thank you so much for calling in. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow. Do you guys agree that Kaya was vindicated? I will agree with Miss Dugan, though. I did feel as if Kimmy did challenge. She was, and I honestly believe that Kimmy's probably one of the rare people on this cast that could go bar for bar when it comes to Melody. And like I said, that whole conversation at the end when she was like, oh, if we talk about Melody, it's like we get in trouble and then we have to have a sit down with Melody. I was like, that she wasn't lying, and I thought it was really funny. Saying. Tay says, justice for Kiowa. Damn, really? All right. I Snatch Edges we're going to bring up next. I Snatch Edges, what did you want to share? No snatching the edges here, please.
I forgot that's my troll account. Hey, everyone. Hey, Kempire. But what I wanted to say, which was funny, when the Marcus was in the back with Tisha and Marceau, and they
Mm-hmm.
brought up the conversation about someone brought to them about the revenge pee.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny that Tisha brought Carson on the show already knowing this information, but didn't say anything to Melody about it.
Mm.
And now Tisha gets on Carlos. Oh, we seen it. So, but you guys want Melody to not say anything to you guys about, or you guys should say this or tiptoe around you, but you guys bring people on the show about criminal activity and brag about seeing it, but not saying anything to Melody. But Melody is the mean girl. Oh, Melody Melody does this, Melody does that. And it was just came so full circle. You brought Carson on the show, then you say, oh, we all seen it, but you wouldn't think to say to another woman, oh, this is what Martell is trying to do.
Mm.
That's it. Come to Atlanta or Detroit.
Or do either one? You'll be at either one. Okay.
Either one.
Okay.
Either one.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
calling
you.
in. Bye. Oh my! I would like to come to Detroit. I would like to see Detroit. Y'all, it's safe in Detroit, right? I'm just saying because y'all don't set me up. All right. We're going to get to some more callers, guys. You're just joining us. We're talking about the latest episode reunion of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I believe there are 2 more parts. It's a 3-part reunion. If you're part of the replay crew, be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and turn on your notifications. And let us know your thoughts and opinions on the first part of the reunion. Did it do what it needed to do? Whose side are you on? Let us know, but no fighting. We don't moderate adults, okay? And keep your dissertations to yourselves. Okay. Chechio, we're going to bring up next. Chechio, what did you want to share?
Hey. So, one, was I the only one who was just like, oh my gosh, Marcus, another M, another Mar.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, Marceau, Martell, Marcus, Marquez, like, get away from us with this M stuff.
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness. Like, y'all couldn't find any other producer with any other kind of, just another letter, please.
Yes, please.
But other than that, I kind of just felt like, I felt so bad for Mel, just feeling like traumatized the way she was, just having to sit there and hear about this possible tape or video or whatever being passed around. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, is this, realistic to just, like, is this normal? Like, is this an HR situation? Like, are we too kind of like in between, like, legal, like, I don't know, it just was very uncomfortable. Like, imagine like something that we're in the court for just kind of casually being handed over across the table and talked about like it's just casual news. Like, it felt super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt bad about that. I just felt like that shouldn't have even been a segment in this reunion. And to be honest, like, her and Martell should have been further away somehow, like, or just not on the stage at the same time. I don't know. Like, it's really just not going to work with both of them. But
yeah,
that's my little 2 cents. And something funny was happening with Carlos' hair, but I'll leave it at that.
Thanks, Chechio. Bye. Okay. I do want to address Nicole. Nicole says, Kempire, you can go to Detroit. No one would set you up. Come on now, and then rolls her eyes. Nicole, did you miss the conversation that I was just having about Memphis? We were joking. Please don't take everything so seriously. I know I could go to Detroit. I could also go to Memphis and not be set up. I'm from New York. I would have no problem going anywhere. Thanks. Being facetious. Not everything that I say is fact. Being funny. Ha ha. Anyways, V, thank you so much for the super chat. V says, a happy Sunday, Kempire, sending love and positive vibes to everyone. Thank you, V. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the vibes. Kalani, thank you so much for the super chat. Kalani says, I had to say this. Carlos is messy. He's at fault. That this cat rocks says, how do you plead guilty then appeal? I was hoping that Maurice Luther King would have weighed in You're an attorney. You should be able to explain something like that. We got Miss Esquire backstage. I'm going to ask her. Miss Goody, thank you for the super chat. Miss Goody says the cast not only knew, but Tisha suggested in Carlos's interview that his boys watched it. Yeah, she says that that Martell does that. He's always showing like their conquests and things like that. So, Mish, thank you so much for another super chat. Mishar says, and don't forget when Marceau threatened to release an S tape with Mel's mom. He's no better. Oh, I forgot about that because of his brother and Mel's mom. Ew. Eva's window seat, thank you for another super chat. It says, I knew this was Mel's Coup de Grace episode 1. It was a masterclass in gathering the people. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, moving along. Let's get to Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon's backstage. Miss Sharon, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Yesterday was my birthday.
Oh my gosh, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I'm a Black History Moment.
Yes, you are. Did you do anything special for your birthday?
No, I watched TV all day. There was no football games on, so I just watched reruns.
Whoa. Sorry.
And I did catch that the reunion of Love and Marriage, whatever that
Love
show
and
is.
Love and Marriage Hip Hop? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is. There you go, because this is like a hip hop moment. But I don't think that Carlos should be hosting his own shows. I don't know what his problem was last night, but he started off wrong when he went into Destiny's room. And I thought that was so inappropriate of him saying.
I agree.
But then did you see where he got up in Martell's face? Even though Martell was clearly lying, he shouldn't have got up in his face like that.
Yeah.
And the inappropriate things that he was saying to the ladies, I just thought it was very rude.
He was trying to have a moment.
I just don't think he should be hosting his own shows.
No.
I don't know. That was a turnoff to me. Regardless what anybody was saying, if Martell was lying, he was Carlos was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was interrogating Maurice like he was the police or the prosecuting attorney. And I didn't find that appropriate either because, most of these people who get on these shows and get in trouble, they can't say much. So why pressure them?
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to say was I thought that he would have fired Martell. I guess it would have been last year. I don't know what year. I thought maybe this would be Martell's last season.
I would have thought the same thing.
Yeah. But that's all I have. And I will be I'll be watching your live show.
Thank you.
And I will have my best hairdo on and my best outfit.
Okay.
Eating my steak and lobster.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sharon.
Bye.
Bye. She's talking about our Kempire After Dark live experience, which is returning to the Green Room 42 here in New York City on Friday, February 21st, in honor of Black History Month, featuring our friends, the Brooke Ashley and allegedly Stephanie. So if you're in New York City, get your tickets today. But if you're outside of New York City and you can't make it to the show, there is a live stream option. So if you've been wanting to experience the Kempire After Dark live experience, get your tickets today. All right. All that information is available in the description. Risa says Andy doesn't, meaning Andy Cohen, in regards to hosting his own show. And we want him to stop hosting too. Just saying. We want him to stop too. At least the black ones. Can we get someone else? Lord. Thank you, Dana, for the super chat. Dana says Tisha did accuse Mel of trying to bring a girl Marceau allegedly cheated with on the show at the season 5 reunion. It works both ways. Okay. But did Mel ever admit that though? Or was that just an accusation? We saw that Tisha admitted that they knew about it. So there's a little difference. Just saying. I can't remember all the details, but you guys will remind me. All right. Shady Gal's backstage with a very interesting photo. Shady Gal.
I'm sorry, that's always my photo because
Oh.
that's how my face was this reunion.
Oh.
This was a mess. Like, Carlos, they've been divorced 5 years. Can you stop putting them together? Like, we don't need to see the old video footage of Mel Martell. It's too much. Not to mention, like, I'm sorry, maybe I was just raised different with a little bit more class, but I'm not gonna sit here and know that a friend of my husband or ex-husband is watching videos of somebody I don't like Revenge Pete. That's not okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to like you to have enough decency to tell you that that happened. But then for her to get on Carlos' show and say, "Hey, the whole cast knew," but then they wanted to act stupid as to why Martell got arrested. See, those two things, those two dogs don't align. They don't make sense. And then Kimmy, be direct because yes, you did read mail about all the meetings y'all have to have, but I never heard people talk about BBLs outside of coleslaw and
Oh.
Martell making those accusations.
Oh.
So it's actually reading more into the rumor about you being willing to film with coleslaw should she come on the show. You told on yourself by doing it.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, I'm an Aquarius. I remember everything and I recognize patterns. This ain't the first time people have said that coleslaw and her are close and knew each other.
Okay. I find that to be interesting. What would Kimmy talk with Coleslaw about?
Well, allegedly, they worked at the same hospital. Because, Coleslaw was some type of LPN, like trying to be a nurse. She may have been a trainee. Who knows?
Okay, Shady Gal with the information. Thank you for calling in.
Happy. You have a great rest of your day.
And when was your birthday? Or is your birthday coming up?
My birthday is today. I'm the
Happy birthday. You weren't going to even tell us.
Well, today ain't about me. Today is about the show. Having a good time for the show, spilling the tea.
Okay, and we appreciate it. Well, hope you enjoy your birthday.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Okay. All right. Kimberly backstage. We're going to bring Kimberly up next. Kimberly, what did you want to share about Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Hey, Kim. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
I was wondering when it aired if you were going to come and do this today. Anyways, but glad you're here.
Thank you.
Everyone has said mostly what I wanted to say. I agree with most of the callers. So I won't redo most of that. Just say agreed. All I do want to say is I wonder, and maybe somebody said this too, I wonder if Mel claims somewhere, I thought I heard her say that she had told Kimmy that she wasn't even concerned or cared about the lipstick stuff or whatever, but the producers wanted her to put that part in.
Yeah.
And so she knew. So obviously, because she is a producer, they know that. I think Kimmy obviously had good points, and they all had good points about that. And I am definitely not like a Mel, apologizer or dependent. I don't usually like her all that much. But I thought it was kind of like, come on, you guys know. And if you're going to start talking about all the behind the scenes stuff and how it's not fair, we have to do this, then you need to be fair about it. If you're going to talk about one part of it, talk about the other part of it. And I just think that given how I was a kind of a Kimmy fan, and the show, she showed how smart she was last night and all that kind of stuff. Where was she? Why is she just doing this now? And now the show's over. Okay. And I'm done too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kimberly. Kimmy. Bye. All right. Miss Esquire is backstage. We're going to bring Miss Esquire up. Miss Esquire, what's going on? I saw when your video came on. I was like, oh, look at Miss Esquire.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I went to church today, child. So I
know that's
like
right.
A person. First of all, you have been working hard, Mr. Sir.
Oof.
I have been following all the videos, and baby, the content has been contenting. Okay.
Did you watch the 5-hour dating one?
You know what? Of all the lives that I caught, that was the one that my single self needed to be present and accounted for. But I had stayed up for the Stacy one, and then the children needed to be tended to, and I didn't watch that one. And I was like, damn, of all the ones I needed to be riveted for, I needed to be watching.
We're going to do another one, but you should go. I feel like there was a lot of really great stories and lessons that could be learned from that one. So it's still worth being a part of
trying to figure out who wants to love a Virgo because we ain't the easiest. I will go watch, but I really don't want to reiterate what a lot of other people said. There were a couple of things that caught my eye with this. One was Carlos was very clear in his introduction of himself of saying creator. And I'm sorry if I'm late to the live because I was at the church house, but the way he said it just had a little bit extra dip on the chip. Is that something he usually says
Yeah,
in
he
his
does.
introduction? Okay,
Unfortunately.
maybe I'm reading into it.
It just stood out to you. You're like, okay.
I was like, this is a little soft on this one.
Uh-oh. You went out for a second. Miss Esquire? Uh-oh. Carlos put a juju on Miss Esquire's mic. Miss Esquire, I can't hear you now. Miss Esquire, if you can hear me, drop out and then call back. Oh, wait, now there you go. What? Did someone try to call you?
Can you hear me?
Now I can, yeah. Uh-oh. Now I can't. Miss Esquire, what's going on? Miss Esquire, do me a favor, drop out and call back in. Okay. All right, we're going to bring up Miss Bernice from the D. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
What up, though? What up, though? Showing much love to the Kempire. You know, baby, you always safe when you come here.
I know.
Don't even worry about that mess.
I was being facetious. I know. I got Miss Bernice to have my back when I go to Detroit. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
I looked at this mess last night on YouTube. Never watch it on TV. And my thing is, when Kimmy and Maurice sat up there and said, we don't care about what's on the internet, but didn't Maurice go on the Cry Me a River tour when people was razzing him about the way he was treating Kimmy? And didn't he have a lawsuit against a blogger?
Isn't that
which
current?
He said,
I don't know.
It got thrown out.
Oh, it got thrown out? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But didn't the blogger counter-sue?
Yeah. So you sit up there telling that bad-faced lie or talking about you don't listen to bloggers and stuff like that. It's irrelevant. But it's relevant for y'all to spend half of the season talking about the millimeters. Okay? And that irked me. And for the appeal process, let me let you know. Anyone who's get convicted of a crime, they can go through the appeal process to try to prove their case to have that thing reduced or thrown out. And the proof is on the person who got convicted by proving the case was wrong. So in his mind, I guess he thinking like it's wipe on, wipe off, and it's going to disappear. You can start the process, and process can take years. Many people have been convicted and going through the process. It take 10 or 15 years for it to go through. So he gonna be waiting a long time waiting for that. But other than that, it was okay. I'm not watching anymore. I'm proud of Mel for finally releasing this chain on her that everybody just decided they wanted to make her the villain. And it's all her fault. The son came up wrong. It's her fault. DEI is her fault.
Not DEI.
Everything is her fault.
Not DEI. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Bernice.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. She said DEI is her fault. So everyone in the chat is telling me that that it's not true that the case has not been dismissed in regards to Maurice's lawsuit against the blogger. Okay. The case has not been thrown out. All right. So look, again, after we stop recapping the show, I really don't care. Steph says Carlos King was disrespectful to Destiny. I agree. He shouldn't host the reunions. V, thank you so much for another super chat. V says, off topic, Kempire, do you know why YouTube put ads in during your lives? Didn't they always have ads? I don't know. I don't understand their ad placements. So they control ad. I mean, we can control like certain things when it comes to ads, but they decide on when, where, and what. But I always assumed that there were, but maybe there weren't. I don't know. All right. Let me bring back Miss Esquire. Miss Esquire, sorry about that. What's going on?
No, that's okay. I just wanted to piggyback on can you appeal when you plead guilty?
Yes.
You can, because you can always appeal your sentence if you think you have grounds. The problem with pleading guilty is, though, you really limit the grounds on which your appeal can be based, because he may try to say, I didn't understand what I was pleading guilty to. My lawyers didn't explain it to me. But most judges, when you plead guilty in court, will go through what your plea means with you. Will go with the fact that, do you understand it means this? Do you agree this? Are you pleading under no duress? Have you been advised of all your rights? So even if your lawyers don't do an effectual job of that, which is not typically the case, the judge has an interest in making sure you understand your plea. So if Martell is going to, appeal his sentence and try to withdraw his plea, he's going to have a lot of limitations in how he can do that. That's just the nature of pleading guilty.
Yeah.
Now, on Carlos questioning Maurice, this is one of those things where I have to be with Maurice Luther King, unfortunately. Like, you are basically trying to conduct a cross-examination during this reunion.
Yeah.
And do you want this footage to become evidence for the prosecution in the case? He can't talk about these things in this way.
Yeah.
It's a pending legal matter. Carlos, that was just one example of many that people have pointed to, where Carlos was being very irresponsible as a mediator and a host for this particular reunion. You didn't need to know all of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the reason for that. And it's just like, I really didn't. And, his off-color comments to some of the ladies, just, he's not needed to host this reunion for many years. I hope this puts the nail in that particular coffin across all his shows, because he's not doing a good job. And it's not because he's unbiased. I don't think you need an unbiased host.
No.
But you do need someone who is interested in actually helping people summarize their story and reconcile and reunite potentially for a new season.
Yeah.
He creates more fractures with his cast members that makes having another season together more difficult. And I don't know why he does that. The last thing I'll say is, I don't know why Martell was on this season after he got arrested for harassing communications. Like, why would you ever have two cast members on the same season where one of them is being accused of harassing another cast member through their communications?
Yeah.
I don't understand the need to hold on to Martell. Carlos can explain that. Maybe he got some ridiculous, twisted attraction to Martell that I can't understand. But why he feels beholden to keep him on this cast, I don't get.
But in all fairness, why does OWN? Because at the end of the day, this falls on OWN. Production is involved.
I don't understand how the legal department at OWN is signing off on this. And I'm not trying to shade anybody in-house counsel, but I don't understand how the in-house department at OWN signs off on this. Like the caption stuff, them being together in the same space. Like if Sheena and damn Raquel had to be separated during Vanderpump because there was a pending restraining order.
Yep.
I don't know why Martell and Melody are at the same reunion right next to each other. It doesn't make sense.
I have a question for you in regards to when Carlos was asking questions. Oh no, in regards to Martell's legal stuff and pleading. Why do you think Maurice didn't chime in? Because you're not a criminal attorney, but you're able to give us some perspectives legally.
Yeah, he is. He does do criminal law, is my understanding, because he's kind of a general practitioner all the way around. I think he just didn't do it because it's like, I don't want to bring any heat on me. It's pot me kettle. I got my own legal pending matter. It's not for me to play lawyer right now. I'm playing cast member. Because I'm sure he's well aware of what the status of the case is and could probably explain it better than most.
Yeah.
But I think as a cast member, he's like, it's not my place to bring that, and I'm a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black. Is my thought.
But don't you think he could have done that without implicating himself? Just like, well, this is the process. If anything, he probably could have explained it just the way that you did, and it doesn't show any sort of bias. Like, well, legally, this is how this works. I just felt like you're sitting there.
I think he could have, but also I think, I'm going to just say this is my opinion, is he's not seeing it for Mel. And in that situation, if he would have explained it, it only would have sought to bolster what Mel was saying about the status of the case. And what interest does he have in supporting Mel right now?
Yeah. Well, remember, Mel said during the reunion, she's like, well, we had a conversation and we were good. And she did not want to backtrack just because it was the reunion.
I didn't understand the heat that Kimmy or Maurice had for Mel, honestly. I think what's good for the goose is good for the gander. This was y'all's storyline, and this is what was people were talking about. Mel was well within her rights, I think, as a cast member to explore it with you on camera and with other cast members off, outside of your hearing. That seemed like a really weird battle to pick with her.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. All right, Miss Escar, we always appreciate your legal mind, so thank you for sharing it.
Okay, bye. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good day. All right. So we have Nicole backstage we're going to bring up next. Nicole, what did you want to share about Love and Marriage Huntsville's reunion?
Hi, Kempire. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you for the super chat.
I'm fine. You better keep that foot on his neck. Please, please, please.
I'm just
doing a great job. Just let you know, I'm an Aquarius. Tomorrow's my birthday as well.
Happy early. We got a lot of Aquariuses that follow the chat. Happy early birthday.
Yeah, and I'm blackity Black History Month too.
Yes.
Okay, we got to keep the foot on their necks too in this country.
Yes.
But anyway, I know you have the HR background, and so I'm looking at it also because I've been in a situation where I was in a lawsuit with a big corporation, and there was a retaliation. And so the way I'm seeing it with Melody, I'm seeing now, because I went back like the other day when you did the thing on Love and Marriage, you covered it. So I went back to her live and I listened to the whole thing. It was almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And she said that Carlos, like a lot of the scenes that we were seeing, the viewers were not correct because a lot of times they were good behind the scenes. She showed the text messages. She had all the receipts. She even brought up particular episodes and whatever else. And she's like, what she started noticing, Carlos and the production were trying to keep this tension and friction amongst them. And it wasn't like that. And she even brought up a conversation of her and Kimmy when you saw Kimmy at the house, them eating Rotel, just a long conversation. So she was saying when you see on the TV, us the viewers, it wasn't like that. So I think that she's leading up. And I know you kept questioning why October we would have the reunion. I think that's when Melody made the decision. I didn't watch the reunion, but just going by it, I think that's when she made the decision to go forward with it.
Makes sense because she quit in December.
And the reason I say that is because even in her live, she talked about she had been sitting on it for a long time. Her and Sonny knew about it too. And you got to look at also Sonny being as a producer on that show as well. Look at how Melody and her have aligned with each other. You see how Sonny's having her back. So that's telling to me. So I'm just saying that HR a lot of times is not your best friend. A lot of people keep forgetting HR is there to protect the businesses, the employer, not the employee.
Yep.
And so Melody is a smart woman. She's building up receipts. So I think from that reunion, that's when she said, okay, we got them all on camera. You all knew about the revenge point. You all were playing in my face for years. Okay, I got you. But I think the most disheartening thing for her, and I get that the relationship with her and Neil, I believe that was an authentic, genuine one. So, yeah, I think that hurt her the most. So, yeah. Right. And that's why you're seeing her cut them all off. And she's an Aquarius, too. I understand that. She even talked in her live how she allows certain people to come in her house that she can film with about that energy.
She's not an Aquarius. She's not an Aquarius. She's a Scorpio.
She's not Aquarius? Okay. She's a Scorpio?
She might have Aquarius. She might have Aquarius in her chart, but her sun sign's Scorpio. All right.
Okay, but she... Okay, yeah. So I just want to say that. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in and have a happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I just want to highlight this comment. Jasmine, this is how misinformation is spread. Cute photo. Jasmine says, Kempire think we lie a lot. You mean Aquarius? I'm sorry. I love you. I never said that. I'm sorry. I love you. I never said that. It was people in the chat that said Aquarius lie. And I said, I don't agree with that. The Aquariuses I know aren't liars. They're not Cancers. I'm sorry. I love you. Unless you're referring to Cancers. Then yes, I definitely said it. But not Cancer women. Cancer men, more so. Okay. Anyways. All right. Brooklyn Star will be our last caller. Brooklyn, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire.
Hey,
happy Black History Month.
Yes.
What I was going to say is I want to say justice for Mel. She's a survivor of being married to a straight fool. Like I just sat there and just watched everybody's body language and tried real hard to listen to, I'm sorry, my dogs, to listen to Martell explain himself. And then what I did was I went to go look up the education ranking of Alabama, because at one point we got to remember Martell was teaching our most vulnerable children. And I was just like, my God, and then I felt sorry for Mel, and then kind of I didn't, because this man didn't become this way overnight. You've been married to this man for a long time, and he had these traits. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just took me. I just was watching everybody's body language, because in past reunions, they used to giggle when Mel would be embarrassed and her tough situation. And, and now it's okay to be giggling at Martell, except for Maurice, because Maurice is fighting for his life to not be exposed on that stage. Okay. He doesn't want to make a false move. He doesn't want to blink the wrong way, because I feel like whatever Martell has on him is bigger than what he could ever have on Marcel. But I just can't wait to see what part 2 gives. And that lady, she should never be a 613 ever again in her wig life. I don't know why she had that blonde wig. She should never. Blonde is not for everybody. No. Is it Trisha?
Trisha.
Blonde ain't for everybody. You could do a little honey blonde, but you can never be a 613. Leave it for somebody else. But but that is what I absorbed from the from part 1. Yeah, but that's all.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
We just learned what a 613, at least I did, just learn what a 613 it was from Real Housewives of Potomac. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow we will be live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. PST for our Real Housewives of Potomac recap, and then we will be live at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. PST for our Married to Medicine recap tomorrow. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, follow us on all the things, including Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok while we still got it. Thank you to all of you that sent in Super Chats, Venmos, Cash Apps. We appreciate the support. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like it. We appreciate We have already, 2,400 of you watching? Can we get to 1,500 likes? Thank you in advance. Taria says that I love a good 613, honey. Y'all are a mess with the 613. Anyways, guys, look, Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion part 1 was interesting. I wouldn't say that it was that interesting. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 7. It will be interesting to see what part 2 and part 3 will be about. The preview shows that Latricia will be coming out to defend the fact that she did not sleep with Martell. But did Martell send her D-pics? We shall see. And is Latricia and Ken still together? I think they are still together, but she's also still married to Marquez. Yes, she's still married to Marquez. She signed the paperwork, but till this day, apparently, she has not brought it to where she needs to bring it to have it filed. If this is the cast that we have for next season, I tell you right now, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in Tisha and Marceau. I'm not interested in anything going on with Martell. I don't understand why Dusty was even out there. She had a wardrobe malfunction. Y'all could have started the reunion without and brought her out during her segment. I don't understand why she's sitting next to Carlos. I also don't even understand why Nell and Chris were out there. You probably don't even realize that they were there. What was the point? Okay, fine. I'm not producing the show. I will say this, though. When we think about, because I don't know when Carlos sort of stepped away from being the showrunner. This was the first time that we've seen at least Marcus going backstage and having conversations with the cast during the reunion. So maybe some of the conversations about production and what's going wrong might fall on him. But Carlos is still an executive producer of the show. He is still the owner of this production company. So very much like Andy Cohen, he's getting notes daily from production in regards to what's going on with this cast. So, and look, the toxicity that people point out on this show, it always starts at the top. And he is the top. Remember he said that in the reunion? I brought it back around. You saw I brought it back around and you're probably like, ugh. I saw I love you. Sorry. Anyways, guys, we're almost at 1,500 likes. Don't forget to like the video. This is our weekly recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you're watching the replay of this, be sure to let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and your thoughts on the first part of season 227's reunion. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, Special K, for the super chat. Special K said the 304s in the 613s. Happy Sunday, Kev and Chad. Special K, you are terrible. But thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate the support. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you to our channel members. Shout out to our King's Guards. And of course, shout out to our subscribers. We appreciate you guys as well. And if you are watching in the bushes and not a subscriber yet, you're missing out. You're missing out on our posts. You're missing out on our notifications when we go live. We have a lot, at least this week, we had quite a few random lives that we had because of like breaking news. So you're missing out on that because you're not subscribed and you don't have your notifications, all of your notifications on. So subscribe today. All right, y'all. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow for our Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine recap. Don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to New York City at the Green Room 42. There is a live stream option as well for those that don't live in New York or won't be able to make it to the show. Go get your tickets today. More information on that will be available in the description. Thank you all for being here. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.